intro of the pod though, and then we can dive into these things.
All right.
You want to hit me?
Welcome to Overshadowed Podcast, everybody. The only podcast that covers the siblings and spouses of people who changed the world. I'm Charles.
I'm Zach.
And welcome back to the
back.
second edition of Chucky's Angles.
Charles Angles, featuring a few Zach facts.
Yeah.
I got some Zach facts
nice.
to throw
Chucky
at you.
Angles and the Zach facts.
Well, I don't want to be the backup
Live.
man. No. You don't get to be the front man. I'm not
That's-
Jay.
What are you?
Strumming the bass with an electrical injury.
Yeah, you are. You named these episodes my name, and now you're coming in saying what do you want to be? Zach
I
facts?
made you Charles Angles.
You want to be Zach facts and the Chucky Angles?
No, just Charles Angles and Zach facts. Although I do
That's
like
what
that
I
we're
said.
starting with you said and the, relegating me to the backstage.
Chucky's Angles and Zach facts.
Charles Angles. We're gonna need to take a brief break to have a
featuring-
producers meeting.
Featuring facts from Zach Russell. Would that be better? Less rock and roll.
You're getting colder. You're getting colder.
Featuring words from my friend.
Former friend.
You turned 30. I'm dumping you.
Acquaintance.
I'm gonna Leonardo DiCaprio you.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Hey
clean
man,
house.
moving on to who's a young guy here?
Dayton Bissett.
Yeah.
Moving on to Dayton. Dayton's gonna come to my apartment every Wednesday at
Do
8
some
p.m.
one-liners.
and record a podcast with you. Well, we wish you the best. But until that day, yes, it's Charles Angles and Zach's facts.
Sorry. Okay. What's my
But
facts?
how do you feel about this? I was just thinking about this before the episode. I'd like to call our fans something, address them by something. What do you think about brothers and sisters?
I thought they were the Indians.
I like Indians, but I think additionally, just so we can, I don't know.
I don't know about brothers and sisters. Reminds me too. It feels like we're stealing from
From who?
black culture.
Oh, I was thinking like church. And I don't care who they stole it from.
Are you
I'm white
a
labeling.
You a brother?
We're talking about siblings, though, right? Brother, sisters. Brothers and sisters. What do you mean? It's not a problem. We should start a live app out with
We call them the Shadows.
with a prayer. No. Me and Corey went down the shadow route, and it's there's nothing there. The shades, the shadies, shadows. I don't know.
No, definitely, yeah.
Horrible.
The
The
casters,
Lightbringers.
shadow casters. Has to be like one word, like weirdos.
Right. It can't. If it's multiple syllables, you
No,
sound like
yeah.
a loser. Maybe I shouldn't have brought this up officially. Maybe I shouldn't have made this a point of discussion, and just I'll sneakily start calling them brothers and sisters.
All right. I detest it, but
You detest it.
if you sneak it in, that's fine.
All right, I might sneak it in.
What else is topical?
Well, brother, I got a historical and topical angle for you here. Did you know that the Secret Service was originally not created to protect the president,
Okay.
and they still uphold that value today?
Boom.
Roasted. They were originally created to police counterfeiting.
Huh.
Because it was right after the Civil War. This is kind of ironic. On April 14th, 1865, Abraham Lincoln created the Secret Service. I don't know if you know what day that is. It's also the day he was shot in the back of the head.
Really?
Yes. Day of.
Got fired on your first day of work, Secret Service.
Right
what
before the
happened?
play. Yeah.
Damn.
Day late and a duty short. They did not
Well, he
have it
had
in
a-
the job description.
He had a
even.
dream that he was assassinated, so maybe that's why. Before
Abe?
he was assassinated, Abe Lincoln.
You think he manifested
A week
it?
before. He
Is that what
probably
you're
was a little
saying?
paranoid. Yeah. Yeah.
But he didn't make the Secret Service. He did it to police counterfeiting.
Dang.
Because a third of the currency in the U.S. Right after the Civil War was fake.
You know why I have a fact about this?
You got a fact?
Because,
You got an angle.
well, the South created their own. Yeah, I got an angle.
Yeah.
C's A's.
Leave the facts to me.
Sorry, didn't want to be in your jurisdiction.
Yep.
The South had created their own money, and
Yeah.
then after the Civil War was no longer valid. To me, it does give me perspective as to why people now still kind of want the South to rise. Because what if they're just sitting on a big stash of
Right.
Southern dollars, and they're just trying to be like,
We will rise again, and I will buy that jacuzzi.
yeah, exactly. I got so much.
The jet ski will be mine when the South rises again.
You guys can stay in the house. I just want to buy.
She'll come back when
Yeah.
the South rises again, and I'm flush with cash. She'll come back.
You'll come back when these General Lee pennies come back into circulation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is interesting. But so when do they transit? You think Abe made them, and then they're like, all right, we'll check the money, and then Abe got shot, and they're like, maybe we should also.
It wasn't just the South. It was also there wasn't like a federal mint.
Okay.
So every state at that time, like driver's licenses, were making their own money. Like every bank. Like I found a weird one online that was like a $3 bill from Austin, and I'm like, of course.
Keeping it weird.
then, yeah, they were Like they're trying a little too hard.
Yeah, come on,
to
Austin.
keep it weird.
How many breweries do you need?
You could have done a $2 bill.
Yeah.
They went right to $3.
Yeah, why? Whoever needs $3?
That might have been like $10 back then, though.
Yeah, true. $7 quarter.
A
How about
3C.
that? 3C?
Uh,
Yeah. You got a thrice?
Yeah. So yeah, Austin had some. Portland. Like
Of
every
course,
state,
all the
every
weird-
state had their own bills.
Yeah.
And it was all, it looked the same, but there would be like with love from Portland or something like that. You know,
Live for your die. The
Salutations.
live for your die dollar?
salutations from New Hampshire.
Yeah.
So it was easy to slip some fake ones into circulation and be like, no, that's what $1 from Tennessee looks like.
Yeah.
It's a bobcat on a tractor.
That's $1 million bill.
Yeah, right.
Come on, I worked really hard for that one piece of it.
It's an eagle throwing up a snake.
Yeah.
Come
Tell
on.
me that's not from this country?
Come on.
Yeah, my daughter drew it. It's real money. She's really good. They had her draw it.
So just a sunflower, like a arrow that
That
points
shitty sun in the corner,
right with her family.
the circle, and
Dude, this was
are those M's in the sky? Those are birds.
one of those.
All right.
One of the kids I babysit drew a picture of his mom and gave it to her, and she looks so bad. But of course it's your kid, so you got to hang it in your room.
Yeah.
But it's objectively creepy image. And then out of the corner of it is not a son, but he's been practicing drawing like Last of Us characters. You know, those like mushroom mutant guys. So out of the corner is one of those guys behind her. He's like smaller, so he's behind her, and then she looks like a ghoul, and it's like right next to her bed.
Did she say
I
anything
love
to you
you.
about it?
No, I just saw it in there, and I'm like, wow, the sacrifices you got to make for your kids.
That's how my baby sees me.
To be spooked every night when you take your earrings off.
It's so funny.
You're like, oh, I love you.
But hopefully she flips it over.
Yeah, maybe, and then flips it back up.
Yeah.
He would notice, too, if it was down. He's one of those kids.
Ew.
Yeah, he'll...
Mom.
So Lincoln's assassinated the day of the Secret Service's creation.
Okay.
Tough first day.
Okay.
Tough first day for the boys.
Yeah.
It wasn't until McKinley and Garfield, was the other guy, were assassinated in like 1901. By that time, the Secret Service was like, all right, we will also protect the presidents.
Wow.
Seems to be a problem.
Yeah.
You know, 3 strikes and we're in.
Yeah. So you think they had were they part-time in it, checking money and protecting the prezi?
So there's 2 different types of Secret Service guys. There's the uniform division, which are like the Buckingham Palace, like they guard the White House and the embassies. So there's those guys, they're just kind of like the guards. And separately, there's the secret agents who do investigations and protect like the president, the president's family and stuff. I had no idea they did investigations.
Yeah,
like
that is
police
interesting.
work.
Huh.
I thought they just like their
You think
only
you think
job
the
description
president-
was like standing for 7 hours without looking at your
Yeah.
phone. I thought that was the key qualification.
Hardest job on earth.
Yeah.
You think the president has to tell him what to investigate? Because if so, Biden's got him on some wild goose hunts. Investigate that ice cream shop over there.
Can you tell me what shampoo that she was wearing?
Yeah.
I'd like to get another whiff of that.
Get a little more shampoo.
Yeah, so it's kind of a big shift from the
Yeah.
like counterfeiting
It's like-
and just like holding dollars up to a light
Yeah, it's like going to
to like jumping in front of
Yeah.
a bullet.
like, hey, you're going up to a cashier at a grocery store. You now protect the president. I
Yeah.
thought I was just checking these.
Yeah, I have a marker that I
Yeah.
draw on
And
the
you
bill.
use that marker to kill anybody who tries to assassinate the president.
Yeah.
From now on, same wage.
There's 5
same
ways
hourly
to do
pay
it.
for you.
There's 5 ways to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get paid decent.
How
but
much
it's
do they
not
get
that
paid?
great.
120?
It's between, depending on your seniority, it's like 80 to 200,000.
Okay.
You know, it's good. It's
Man, those
fine.
guys who are got huddled with Trump must be getting paid 50 because they created like a hype circle around him like it was a basketball game. We're like, ooh,
Just exposing
and then
his head.
Trump just came up.
Yeah.
I thought we were watching like a performance.
I even saw I saw a few people try to get his head down, and he popped up
Yeah.
again. You know, he's like a kid in a pool. He won't be drowned.
Yeah. No, it's like trying to take a ball underwater. Foom.
You got to get the picture.
Yeah.
You got to get the picture.
Do you think it was staged, like everybody's saying? Even my therapist was like, it's staged.
You're paying your therapist to talk about this?
No, my therapist thinks more that it was in the other direction to make Trump look good.
No, I don't think Trump had anything to do with it. It is funny to me that you're using therapy time to discuss theories.
I don't bring. Yeah, it is funny. It does not when you're in a.
It's
good
even better that you don't bring it up. It's
when
like,
it-
why is he
yeah.
telling you this?
When it is I think when you're in a good place in therapy, it just becomes pain to hang out with your boy.
Sure. I mean, if that's true, that that at least the kid like wanted to help him, then actually he's an amazing shot.
Yeah,
He's a killer shot.
Yeah.
You know, he could have
Yeah.
hit him right in the head, but he fucking grazed him, and now he's a hero.
I told
And
you
he got the blood to splatter
I
right
know,
across
that
his
was
face.
awesome.
So, I mean, if it was planned to help him, kudos to that kid
Yeah.
because he really did a great job. What is weird in a similar, like, ironic Abraham Lincoln thing, I don't know if you read this, the Secret Service was investigating this separate plot from Iran to attack Trump in
Wow.
that building.
Whoa.
That the guy shot him from. So it's like they're too busy listening to chatter. It's like they didn't even hear the footprints on the roof, you know?
Yeah, what is that? It's
That's
it's
crazy.
probably-
It's a squirrel. It's
Yeah.
definitely a squirrel with who doesn't have a gun.
Yeah.
It's definitely an unarmed squirrel up there.
Really big squirrel.
Yeah, I just thought that was so weird that they were in the building looking at, intelligence,
Wow.
intel,
And
sorting
some guy
through
was doing
emails.
do it yourself DIY in it.
Yeah, and he's lining up a shot right above them.
It's always right. It's always right
Kind
in
of
front of
similar
your
to the
nose.
Lincoln thing. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
You're so close.
Yeah.
So close to preventing this.
What was that redhead guy that's going viral? That's like, I was yelling at the cops. I saw him on the building, and nobody did anything.
Yeah, they get a ton of threats. They have to investigate all of them.
Yeah.
But you can't, just because one guy's like, I saw something.
Yeah.
You're not going to be like, oh, I'll look into that immediately.
Yeah.
Just start firing at the roof. Taken care of. But yeah, I thought it was interesting that they were investigating a separate non-attempt right above their heads was a prowler.
Yeah, that's like being under the. Yeah, what is it like being under the bed, like spying on your wife?
Well, when someone's fucking above the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you're looking through your wife's phone under the bed.
Yeah,
And then
and
she
then
comes in the room with the guy and just
Yeah.
starts banging on the bed.
Yeah, and he's like, if that noise could calm down, I can look through this phone.
yeah. Could you quit the racket? I'm
Yeah.
trying to investigate.
Trying to find out if you're faithful.
I'm doing some detective work under the bed here.
Babe, could you calm down?
Could you stop your Pilates or whatever that is?
Yeah.
And all the male grunting you're doing?
Yeah, what kind of playlist is that?
I guess last thing about the kid with the political affiliation, like he's registered Republican, but everyone's like, but he donated $15 to the DNC. It's like, that's all they have. They're like, but he
$15.
donated 15 smackaroos.
$15 Southern dollars
Yeah,
to the
that's-
DNC.
That's 5 Austin Thrices to the DNC.
Did you see the video that they had of him in high school?
No.
I found like a video of him in high school, and he's like, my name's whatever, and I have a 10-inch penis.
What?
It's like that video circulated. Like you couldn't find anything else?
Oh, my God.
That's what the world's posting
That's
about him?
amazing.
It's hilarious.
I can't believe that's the only video of him.
There's like another one of someone like tugging
So
on
he's
his-
got a little sass in him. He's got some fire. I mean,
Yeah.
clearly he shot the fucking president.
Yeah, he's ready for stardom.
He's no pussy.
Yeah.
It was weird. It said he came to school in a full camo but a mask after COVID. It's like, pick a lane, dude.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I mean,
You're a walking
he's split.
contradiction.
He's registered Republican here, but he donated 15
Yeah.
here. Who is he? He
the
doesn't know
perfect
who he
guy
is.
to try shooting Trump.
His forehead's going this way. His chin's going this way. He looks like an S you draw on a binder.
He's a weird looking head.
Yeah, he's got a weird head. He might have grown into it, You know,
Yeah.
you see the kid with the weird head, and then he grows up to be really hot because it becomes bigger.
Yeah, his
When
body
it's too
finally.
right. Well, just the face itself kind of
He had a big head.
sorts itself out. Like,
Hopefully.
Yeah,
Sometimes
well-
you see him and you're like, you just look older, and that's unfortunate.
yeah, he might just
He looked better as a kid because there was hope.
He had a weird like Hey Arnold cartoon head.
Yeah, he did. That's a good way.
But
to put it.
I have a 10-inch cock. Did he say cock?
Penis.
Penis. Fuck. Oh, they did say he was always on his phone. So maybe he was texting with Iran.
Ooh.
You know?
You distract him.
Yeah.
I'll get on the roof.
They're like, yeah, he doesn't have any friends, and he's always talking on the phone in Arabic.
Yeah.
He's always on WeChat.
Yeah. He's always like, he's always on a. Yeah. What is that other one? WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Hello. He's in class. Who's he talking to?
Inshallah.
Yeah.
What was that? Thomas, if you have something to say, you can say it to the class.
I'm good.
He's like, Allahu Akbar.
Yeah.
I have a 10-inch penis. What was that, Thomas? Nothing?
Nothing. They all know.
Yeah, camo and a mask all day. It's a weird look.
Yeah, he's a torn. He's like
Is
that. I'm a cult of personality. Or he's like the personification of Justin Bieber's "What Do You Mean?" When
Hey.
you wear camo, but you're
I like that
wearing
you're
a
cycling through
mask.
songs.
Yeah.
You're looking through a jukebox. What's the best?
When you're wearing
He's
a
hot
mask,
and he's cold.
but your body has camo. What do you mean? Was he the young? No, he's definitely not the youngest. But he's 20, right?
Oh, youngest shooter?
Yeah.
No, he was 20, yeah.
He sniped his ass, right?
Right in the head.
Really?
Right in the head. Yeah. Fucking ear for an ear. But they went all the way through. They didn't just nip it.
Oh man.
It is weird that Trump came out with this. I mean, everyone's talked about it, but this Post-it note of a Band-Aid. on his head.
So funny.
And
What
I
is
wonder,
that?
I don't know. I wonder if it's to make it look a little more dramatic.
I think so. It looks
You
like
know?
a bad card detailing.
Because I
a
feel
bad-
like, honestly, it could have been 3 stitches and a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
And they're really making it look
all
big.
over. It looks like a bad cardboard thing.
Yeah, it's
Where
like
he's-
when you see a presidential caravan, there's always like Escalades, and
Yeah.
I'm like, there's one guy in there.
Yeah.
There's just the driver, I bet.
Well, it looks horrible, but they're like, yeah, you could have stitched it up.
Yeah. Who knows, man? There could be some fucking nanobots in there now. Who's controlling
They'll
them?
probably put some. Yeah,
That's
it's
probably
true.
a fucking macro chip on his
Yeah.
brain. that we
Probably
can
Bill
just-
Gates behind
It's
that.
hiding right in plain sight. Yeah, I bet it's Soros in his ear. We should test him somehow. See if he's being influenced.
Yeah. What's something
By some
George
kind of
Soros
conspirator.
would say?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean,
I have no idea. Yeah, but that thing was huge. I mean, I think he's just trying to go for
oh, of course.
milking that thing.
Yeah,
which
he's trying
why
to-
wouldn't you?
Yeah, American
I
Idol.
mean, he
it
should have
up.
bandaged up half his whole head.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, have me in the air.
Yeah. It overnight spread to my eye, a little on my nose, so he's just fully mummified.
I'm here with the people.
It's just his lips and his hair
Yeah.
and his eyes. So we'll do the unwrapping in November,
yeah.
like
After-
Christmas morning.
They'll be unwrapping me, wrapping up Joe. It's over. It's
Yep.
finished.
Yeah. They'll be taping Joe with my tape.
They'll use my tape. They'll say, it's a wrap.
My stinky tape. They'll put it on Joe.
Put it on him. He'll love it. He
He'll
loves
love
to
it.
smell stinky, stinky
He
things.
likes smelling. It'll practically be heaven for him. He's gonna love it, folks.
He's going to die peacefully
Yeah, dude, it's,
in my tape.
Yeah, we can just call the election probably now.
Oh, yeah.
you know,
no
it's
one's
over.
going to vote for Joby.
Not even the audio company, Joby.
Joby's
vote
going to
for
leave.
Joby.
Yeah, they're finally out.
Yeah, Joby's pulling their support. I did get a desperate message from the DNC. That was like, please, now that Trump has not been assassinated, we need every cent you have. Your loonies, your toonies, your thrices, your dices, your spices. Send in pepper, we'll sell it. Send in gold.
Send in a ball of lint. We'll make it work.
Yeah, we'll
put
make it.
anything in
We'll-
the press.
Right.
Yeah, they're
hurting.
fucked.
Yeah, I got a real desperate one. Like $20 here, $20 there. You know, 20, just 60, 45. He's negotiating down.
Yeah.
I'll do 30. Joe, you had me at 45.
Okay,
yeah,
two.
I'm not giving him anything, but I
not
feel
giving-
bad for him. You know, it's like a homeless guy. Like, oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but
it's
I
over.
can't help.
There was
I
a
can't
guy-
help you. What do you think? I'm gonna be able to help you? You're way past that.
There was a guy on the train the other day did Showtime. He did flips and tricks and stuff, and people gave him money. And then right after a homeless guy came on,
Oh.
and he just started clapping his hands and going, push it good. And we're all like, sorry, man. It's,
Yeah, at least he had something.
yeah.
That is true. Trump went up there, did Showtime, bunch of flips, kicked nobody in the face. Everyone loved it. He did it around Times Square, so it was a lot of tourists. They're like,
Yeah.
this is New York.
Yeah.
And then Joe came on with like, I have been homeless for 13
Yeah.
years. Like the very
Ladies
prepared.
and gentlemen, I
Ladies-
know I may not be able to speak how I used to.
I'm sorry to interrupt your night. I hope you all have blessed evenings. I have a son and a dog. They both have one leg between them. I need a surgery. This guy outside in Flatbush was asking me for money to buy his daughter a juice box, and I'm like, that's a pretty good ask. I did not buy his daughter a juice
Yeah,
box.
where's
'cause
the
I'm like,
daughter?
if I get one for your daughter,
Every-
then
and
all
every-
these dads are gonna start coming up to me asking for juice for their daughters.
I'm not made of juice money.
Yeah.
Look at me.
And I was wearing a BC shirt at the time,
What's BC?
Boston College.
Okay.
So I was like, he profiled me. He thinks I got juice money because I went to BC.
Is BC a rich school?
Yeah, it's expensive.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he did. Maybe he knows his colleges, that
he
homeless man.
probably knows his colleges and who you can squeeze juice
Yeah.
out of.
Boston College, those guys got a lot of juice.
Right.
I'd be surprised if they don't get
Dan
any
Arundel
money.
Community College. I'm gonna let him
No,
keep
no, no.
walking.
Yeah, Scottsdale Community College, doubt it.
Yeah, University of Wyoming. Let's just
Carry along. They're just as homeless as me.
leave him be. Yeah, so that was my Secret Service stuff. I was kind of surprised that they were ever cops that worked cases. And a lot of the cases they've gotten are all like credit card fraud shit. It's like people on these websites
just-
called like carding is something where you just like steal credit card numbers somehow and commit fraud against financial institutions because you get gift cards and then whatever. You get a bunch of credit card numbers. And so they've busted a lot of those. and protected the president.
Weird. Weird little side hobby.
I think they're as confused as our little boy Thomas.
What are we doing here? Zach Russell's fraudulent case, and we got to jump in front of bullets for Trump, huh?
We got to help him into the limo and look into these numbers.
Looks like Zach did not buy that juice box. We're going to have to look into that.
Yeah, it's weird. All right, yeah, we can move on. We can move on with some secret, but I wanted to get that Secret Service stuff out of there.
Well, I'm glad that happened.
Out of the way.
Here's some Civil War facts.
All right.
Oh, speaking of, during the Civil War, the king of Siam, which is now Thailand, offered President Lincoln war elephants to help with the war effort. Lincoln politely declined, said the climate wasn't suitable for them, but God, do I wish he accepted that.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Marching into the South on some elephants? Are they coming? Stomping on racists?
Yeah. That'd be incredible.
God, I wish we could have had some
elefantes.
Yeah, elefantes for the war.
And some Yankee elephants.
And they'd probably we'd have a bunch left over present day on this side of the country.
Yeah, we'd have domesticated elephants probably. Still working as farmers.
Yeah.
We'd probably replace slaves with elephants.
Yeah, for sure.
There'd be a whole new problem.
Yeah.
That would, then there'd be an elephant liberation, abolitionist movement, and there'd be elephant revolts.
Well, they couldn't really escape. Can't get those ones underground.
Yeah, you'd hear them.
Yeah.
They're not all as light-footed as Thomas. They got some heavy steps.
But also, if you hated, if you were...
I picture him tiptoeing on the roof. Dun, 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 dun. They're like the the Pink Panther theme song. Dun, 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 dun. He stops when the Secret Service below him is like, what was that?
His trunk goes in the air.
There's a guy on the roof.
And if they could just
slinking across the roof like a snake. They can't hear my footsteps if I don't make any. Yeah, he was like a normal kid, and you see video of him slithering across the hallways. He's a pretty normal guy, in full camo and a mask.
Yeah.
It's so I don't get rug burn on my face.
It protects me. Fuck COVID.
Yeah. Man, remember when presidential assassinators were cool, like John Wilkes Booth?
Was he cool?
The Adam Sandler of their time?
Yeah, that was a classic quote.
No, he was a cool guy. He was an audience fave.
I thought he was a theater geek.
I
thought his brother was the audience fave.
He's a Matt Rife.
No, that was his brother.
No, his brother's like a, Patton Oswalt or something. He's more respected. Edwin's respected.
Matt Rife meaning
man of the people, kind of a doofus.
Well, Matt Rife is a man of the people.
Well, I saw certain people.
Yeah, he is. A lot of people.
A lot of people are really dumb.
My dad posted a Matt Rife video on my Facebook wall.
That's awesome.
This morning and said, really works the crowd.
Whew, that's good.
Just so you know, that's when 65-year-olds, that's the lag between when things happen and when your parents' generation gets them. My dad just saw his first Matt Rife video.
That's really funny. Wow, he's like Cuba, dude. He's so behind.
Yeah. Here's another thing that was a fun fact of the Civil War.
Uh-huh.
Both the Union and the Confederacy used hot air balloons for reconnaissance.
Whoa.
Making the Civil War one of the earliest conflicts to involve aerial spying, and I would suggest the most obvious espionage ever invented.
That's true.
Are you spying on us? No.
They're dropping bags to make it go higher. It's like 10 feet above them.
It's a giant...
Shut up.
Confederate flag air balloon. No, we're not.
You didn't see anything.
I'm proposing up here, and you're ruining it.
Darling, will you marry me so we can join our slave families together in harmony in Georgia, which is where we live?
Now instead of this
It's
ring...
two guys. He has to put on a wig. Yes, honey.
Binoculars.
I love slavery and states' rights. And I do. I will.
They run into a Union hot air balloon.
Yeah. They play chicken. Hold!
So,
fuck, the balloons are getting twisted.
Yeah. This does not make us united.
We are tangled at best.
Take this as no such metaphor.
We are not united. We are tangled. And I'm actually pretty uncomfortable right now.
Yeah.
So you should take that from this, that we should not be together. I was also picturing like the hot air balloons going too close. They're trying to shoot each other, but the muskets are so inaccurate. They're like just whizzing by their heads. I'm going to get you.
You see the bullet, because the bullets were probably a terrible trajectory too. Just goes up.
Yeah, they curved
dies.
a lot, I think, right?
Yeah.
Like a shitty paper airplane.
Probably get pissed. You think that's cool? One just shits over the. Oh, I'm gonna get you.
Start going way higher. Oh, that was it.
Wow.
That was the weight we needed. Yeah, that's not a sneaky reconnaissance.
No.
Because if you're high enough up, what can you even see? Do they have binoculars, or do they just have those telescopes?
Yeah.
Those pirate telescopes.
Just if you got too high.
Is there anything between the pirate telescope and the binoculars?
I don't know. Yeah.
Opera glasses?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. They must have had some kind
The
of
magnifying glass?
Civil War binoculars. Let me look that up. Where's my phone? Where's my fucking phone? Here it is.
I had an old observational joke because one time when I first started comedy, I went to the gas station and there was, you know, they have like knickknacks, lighters, things like that. They had a bunch of magnifying glasses. And I went, got on stage right after, and I was like, just saw a bunch of, I was like, are they still making those? I was like, who's still out there looking for clues?
That's true. That's true, Charles. Like a black audience member who doesn't really like you, but is acknowledging that what you're saying is correct. That's true.
Those are words.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So they did have some Civil War binoculars. Wooden. Wooden binocular. All the way through was wood. Couldn't see very
in the
far.
eye.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hot air balloons for surveillance. It's really hard to steer a hot air balloon, though.
And you got to be stealthy.
Yeah.
Also, like, what do you then do? Like, go? How do you get back?
How do you get back?
You got to land, right?
You got to look at the winds. You got to chart the winds. You're kind of like sky or land sailing a little bit.
Yeah, I wonder if they sent off some hot air balloons and then they just never saw those guys again.
If you got a big enough fan, you know, in a hot air balloon, could you push yourself? But they probably didn't have fans.
Yeah, like a pontoon boat kind of thing.
If they did, they would be made of wood. Way too heavy to take on a hot air balloon.
Yeah,
like a pontoon boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. But those are big, and yeah, that wouldn't have happened.
Nah.
You have to have like a steam engine up there.
Yeah.
Guy shoveling coal into a fan. It's just getting pretty ridiculous.
Also,
up
how
there.
scary would a hot air balloon be back then? I'd be so terrified.
Yeah, blocking out the sun.
Yeah, but also just like, what do you mean? How are we gonna?
Oh, being in one.
Yeah.
They're actually quite relaxing.
You been in one?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, dude. I went over to your neck of the woods in New Mexico.
You did?
Yeah.
We don't claim
great.
New Mexico in the Southwest.
They're in the Southwest.
I know, but Arizonans don't claim it.
Okay, what's the Southwest
all
then?
methy.
Arizona?
We just don't talk about New Mex.
What's in the
New Mexico
Southwest?
has great food.
If not...
yeah, it's Texas, New Mexico, Arizona.
Yeah, it's very relaxing.
Really?
You get up there, you're gliding around. Because you're not moving,
Isn't it really
you're not moving
tiny?
that fast. You could probably lay down in the basket and have just enough room. It's probably like 6 by 6.
I think that's what I would do. I don't want to be looking down.
It's like a massage table. You have two
Face
eye holes
down.
and you have a face hole cut out.
Wow.
Someone stepping on your back. Oh, right there.
Just fall right through the basket.
I see something. That's awesome. Yeah, it's like the opposite of a submarine. You just have a guy face down in a hot air balloon.
Yeah. Boo.
All right, yeah, guys, we got to get word back. They got a lot of troops over here.
Yeah.
Wow, how did they even power it? Did they have gas? Was this like whale oil hot air balloons?
I don't know. I should have done a little bit. We can do a little. I would like to cover some inventions like that of the past.
Yeah.
All
some
I know is
inventions. We could have a little inventions and adventures section.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
We need to have little. Yeah, these are Chucky. We have some good sections coming out.
Chucky Engle, Zach Facts.
Speaking of inventions that came about in the Civil War, the invention of the prosthetic leg was during the Civil War.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
A lot of limbs getting sawed off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, just a block of wood. I feel like technology wasn't that far past wood.
I think they were just like, I think they figured out
what can I
carving
carve?
wood.
Yeah. What can I whittle?
Probably carve a leg with that.
What can I whittle in this hot air balloon?
The first.
As we wait 8 hours to get to our destination.
I made a leg.
I'll make a leg, yeah.
You need one, right?
Yeah, you need a leg.
I brought a bunch of raw wood. What kind of boy? It was like their, what's it called when you're not.
Knitting.
There's another word for it.
Oh, sewing?
It's not sashaying, but it's something.
Crochet.
Crocheting.
Crochet, yeah.
Crocheting.
So what were you crocheting? What is crochet?
I think it's like knitting, but with a different. I think it's with different material.
Yeah.
Is this anything? Before becoming president, Abraham Lincoln was an accomplished wrestler and was included into the National Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Wow, he's tall for a wrestler.
I mean, of course he's gonna. Also, yeah, no wonder he's in the Hall of Fame. He's tall as hell. Everybody when he gets rough, just like.
Yeah, but wrestling though, you're grappling a lot. I think tall is a disadvantage. Joe Rogan's a squeak.
Yeah, it's true.
He's a tiny man.
Yeah,
but he's
Well, I think we're thinking like modern day wrestling.
I think wrestling was just grappling. You know?
But I wonder how the moves were back then.
I'm not thinking UFC because UFC he's got the reach.
Yeah,
he'd kick a guy's head off. Mm-hmm. But I bet he was a good wrestler because he was gay.
Yeah,
He's probably wanted just to grab some guy, get a little guy in his face.
That is, there is still a split on if he was gay or not.
Yeah.
But
it's hard because I do feel like I have a pretty good sense of gay face in 2024.
Yeah.
When you see a guy, I'm like, I have a sense.
Yeah.
Even if you're wearing just pretty standard issue clothing.
Yeah, there's a gleam.
But in 1860s, things change.
Yeah.
Things change.
Everybody looks the same.
But maybe people then, their gay face was going off when they saw Abraham. Yeah. The match has been over for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
He's still pinning him. You're telling me?
Match has been over 4 scores ago. Come on. Yeah. Come on, Abe. Everybody left.
They're closing the gym.
Get your finger out of there.
The janitor's like, no, I appreciate you, but you better get out of here, young man. Not allowed to be in.
I'm going to stay and watch. Just make sure nothing gets illegal.
Appreciate all the work you've done.
Yeah, he got inducted into the Hall of Fame based off of minutes on the mat.
Minutes on the mat.
Longest wrestler.
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln.
Never won, but he held them down so tight.
What's a good wrestling nickname for Abe?
Stinking
Lincoln.
Honest Abe, Long Lincoln, Lincoln Logs, Stinky Link.
Stinky Link is good.
Stinky Link.
Stinky Link. It'd be funny if they had the wrestling music back then.
The Liberator.
Stinky Link.
He's like opening up cages, fucking undoing handcuffs. The Liberator of the Nation.
There's
Stinky
a bunch of
Link.
people in the cage. They all run out.
Yeah. Do a coordinated dance. Summon a storm.
Yeah.
His shamans. Gotta summon a storm.
Okay, we're switching to some Indian culture I found kind of fun. Ancient Indian culture.
Native American?
No.
Oh, Indian. Okay, OG Indian.
Just some weird devotion.
It's for my Indian brothers and sisters.
Yes.
That was tough. That was a tough one. This is for my Indian brothers and sisters. A little better.
Sati, which I could be saying that wrong. This is when widows would self-emulate themselves on their husband's funeral pyre, believing that it was an act of the ultimate devotion.
Yikes.
So your husband dies, and then you're like, I still love that guy. I'm going to show him that I don't want anybody else by lighting myself on fire.
You think if that's your goal, and I don't mean to be crude, but you could just stitch that pussy on up.
Yeah.
You know, you don't need to
That's
light all of yourself
devotion.
on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You could do something horrible to mutilate yourself.
Yeah.
It's not dying in flame, protesting the war in Gaza.
Or you could just... Or you could kill yourself in a less painful way.
Totally.
You need to light...
Is that part of it? I love you so much. I want to die in excruciating pain.
Oh, it burns.
That's how much I love you.
I love you so much.
That's insane, dude.
Oh, baby.
Is this, I wonder if you would talk to...
I'm going to show my bobs to nobody else.
I wonder if you talk to an Indian woman of that time, if they're like, those people are crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, they don't even
There's
claim them.
There's plenty of people around. You can find somebody else.
Yeah. I mean, I put my finger in a candle flame to feel something, but I'm not doing my whole body.
It's kind of fun. Have you ever tried it? It's like, ooh, it doesn't really hurt.
Yeah.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
It does feel cool.
Especially if you do it in front of somebody
If you do it casually in front of a friend.
Yeah.
Your hand through a candle. Yeah. Dude, do you even care? Holy shit, this guy doesn't give a fuck.
You need to see somebody. This guy's badass.
Maybe I should start seeing you, like Fight Club. Just tell me what house to stand in front of and I'll do it.
I'll tell you this.
You are my leader.
I tell you,
when you die, I'm gonna light myself on fire.
Light myself on fire for you, bro.
Yeah, when the podcast ends, I will light myself on fire.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Because I'll have nothing left to live for.
Me and Molly start a pod.
Over my ashes.
Yeah. You're right here. You're the urn.
Yeah.
Zach, you got any facts?
Third mic? Oh.
All right.
Ask out your tongue? Ouija board. What were you saying?
This is random, but it reminds me of somebody doing something intense. We got this new guy at work, and you slowly talk to them more and find out who they are. But he was telling us all at lunch one day that he was on the subway drunk, and there was this guy screaming at people on the train. And he's like, I'm not gonna do anything, but if someone gets in my face, I'll knock him out. And he's like, he got on my face and started screaming in my face. So I punched him and I knocked him down. And we're like, yeah. And then he's like, everybody on the train was like, yeah. And then he's like, then I jumped on top of him, started punching him over and over the head. And then we're like, oh. And then he goes, yeah. And then, people started screaming at me because, I'm jamming my thumb all the way up his eyes. And we're like,
that scene in Game of Thrones?
Yeah. And we're like,
I scooped him, you guys.
Oh.
9 a.m. People's tea is still steeping.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
All right. Good.
I'm gonna get back to it.
Yeah.
Living the dream.
Gonna hop back on the phones.
Wow.
Gonna make a mental note.
Your coworker beat the shit out of a homeless guy?
I think it was just a belligerent guy.
Yeah, he went to work later that day too.
But I was like, noted. Whatever stance you have, I'm gonna go ahead and jump on that way.
And that guy probably told the same story at work. He's like, so I got in this guy's face, and they're like, no. And then he started beating the shit out of me. What? He started gouging my eyes out. We gotta call somebody. Gotta get the Secret Service on this. Yeah.
Did he steal your credit card? Because we could get the Secret Service involved.
Yeah. Was there any kind of financial fraud on the train? As he was beating you up, did he reach into your wallet and buy something?
Did he ask your social or take your birth certificate? Here's a quick little.
Damn, that's crazy, dude. This was today?
No, it was like the first week, like a couple weeks ago.
Wow, and he just told everyone. Was his fists are bloody still?
It's crazy.
He's
man.
like, yeah, with these
just
hands.
Just a collective like.
I think I got some of his cornea under my thumb.
Yeah, what is that? A pupil under there? Oh, it's just dirt from his pupil.
Yeah, he's got a dirty eye. Should wash my hands. His eye was filthy. Oh God.
It's like shellfish. It's like a shooter, like an oyster.
Was this the? You were telling me about one coworker, who? This is the gambler. Is this the gambler?
No, that guy's so funny.
Seems like the gambler.
That guy's so funny.
He's making gambles on the stories he's telling.
The guy who said this, by the way, is a very funny guy, and he's a very nice, happy-go-lucky guy. But I guess he's been doing martial arts his whole life.
Yeah, because he lets it out once a quarter.
He knows.
He does a little purge on the A every 3 months.
On the A.
Really?
What do you think it would happen? Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, it's on the A. That's the worst train to ride at night.
Wow. Every few months, nothing is against the law.
Yeah.
If a stinky homeless man sits next to me and somebody spills my coffee, I'm gonna gouge a man's eyes out. Hey, tuna. All right, that's nuts. Hit me with some more.
Here's one I don't know if
Charles Angles.
I don't know if this one's again. I tried to compile, so don't worry about having angles and stuff immediately.
I left to compile in that bathroom.
Yeah, you did.
It's still
sticks.
there. Composting.
Why doesn't that stuff flush?
I don't know, dude. I don't think
the
water's not high enough.
It's definitely not high enough.
It's not high enough.
Well, your poop is high up on a shelf.
Yeah,
you need a library's ladder to get that stuff down.
I'm pooping spidey webs.
I don't know if there's a spider webs. That's concrete.
Yeah.
You got Monty Rock climb that thing.
I've been eating a lot of
you poop
grout.
ledges. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like caulk in there.
Yeah. I'm building something.
Okay.
A relationship with my plumber. That's what I'm building. I do. This guy came through today.
And he came through.
Yeah, he came through.
Plumber came through.
He rolled through. Yeah, he rolled up. And yeah. He came through.
Hey, come through.
Yeah, he posted up, and he posted up in the bathtub, and he was like uncorking the drain because our drain's been clogged. And he's like, so this is unavoidable, but you're gonna get a lot of hair. It's just hair happens.
Hair happens.
Hair happens. TM. And he's like, you can't say that. I can say that. And he, with his bare hands, just started pulling clumps of hair out, and I'm like, this is a true immigrant laborer right here. This guy doesn't give a fuck. He's like, yeah, man, it can happen. And he's just pulling out clumps of hair and obviously a little cum. You know what I mean? Pee.
Yeah, pee-soaked cum hair.
Pee-soaked cum hair, a little bit of tears.
Yeah, a little bit of rice on the side.
Thinking about my 30th birthday.
Yeah.
And he's just bare-handing it.
He's touched a lot worse.
Right. I didn't even see him wash his hands, but he must have. And then, this is even grosser, just in terms of the conditions we live in. The sink faucet has been really drippy, and it happens every so often, probably as often as your coworker almost beats a man to death. And he unscrews it. He takes some gunk that's been accumulating from the pipes out of the filter in the faucet, puts it back in, starts shooting like normal.
Wow.
So that's how much shit is in the pipes. It's accumulating on the filter head, and restricting the flow.
And that's what people say. New York. That's tap water. By the way.
That's why
People
the bagels
say-
are good.
What?
That's why the pizza and the bagels
Yeah,
are good.
exactly. All that gunk.
Yeah, all that gunk.
All that sewer gluten.
Maybe you need a little gunk.
No, it's really bad for you.
You might need some gunk.
Need to get a filter.
You sure?
If I had the money, I'd get one for your B-Day.
Get filter fish. We're going to be serving that at
nice.
my Jewish birthday.
A lot of plastic in that.
Yeah. Get filter fish?
Is there going to be... I have to bring food.
You got to bring food, you little bitch.
Marty's going. He called me yesterday.
Be a Tupperware boy.
I know.
Got to show up with a tup.
2 tups.
So
it's going to be an all-day event.
2 tups, yeah.
I got 2 tups in here.
Show up with a DoorDash square backpack.
Chucky Dups. I know, it sucks.
One of the cubes.
Such a cube.
Yeah, it'll be fun. But, yeah, how gross was that? I'm just...
yeah.
Hair, cum, and gunk.
We got one of those filthies for the shower, too, that takes it out instantly.
It's probably good.
Yeah, it's good for because you're getting that gunk on your skin every time you shower.
I love it.
Gunky. Gunk me up.
Before you gunk.
Give me a little bit of smell, you skunk.
All right. Hit me with another angle, Charles.
This one, I don't know, but we'll say it just in case. Child tossing in ancient Indian culture. In some temples, infants were tossed from a height to be caught in the cloth below, believing to ensure their healthy growth.
How high?
It doesn't say.
However high the Pharaoh said.
Yeah. Well, this is ancient
When I say throw your child, you say how high.
Whoa. Oh, he's going to grow.
Yeah.
Oh, he splatted? Well, he wouldn't have grown healthy.
Yeah, he would have been like a 5-foot loser anyway.
Yeah, he wouldn't have got laid.
From like a pyramid? I'm picturing a pyramid
temple.
because you said Egypt. Okay.
No, I said India.
Oh, you said India? I thought you said Egypt.
No, ancient Indian.
Oh, I misheard you. I thought we were moving on to Egypt.
No.
Moving on west.
I may have some Egypt in here.
You don't have to go to Egypt. I'm
Next
not
is
asking you to go
Scotland.
to Egypt. No, I'm intrigued by the child tossing.
I wonder how, was it right after the birth?
Yeah, how soon after can
Was
you
it
toss a kid? I mean, pregnant lady aren't supposed to fly. So I can't imagine a newborn is through the air. You know, that's not good.
And how thin is this cloth? You know, there had to be a couple of like, ooh, maybe we should get a thicker one. This is like the 10th.
Or he bounces off.
Or he goes whoop, boom,
Right, yeah.
flies into the next town, lands in the river.
We didn't account for the ricochet.
A lot of recoil on that baby. That thing had a big head. It was a 10-pounder. That thing went flying. It's like when you die in Super Smash. What?
And there's people inventing physics as they watch this. Like, okay, so if the baby goes in at that angle and it comes out at this angle with a force. Damn. Chucking babies.
Chucky babies.
Chucky babies. Ever tell you I did a flip off the changing table when I was a kid?
Really?
Yeah, onto a teddy bear.
Whoa.
Teddy bear saved my life.
Well, you were cognizant?
Enough to do a fucking front flip, dude. Probably a gainer. I don't have the video, but I don't have the video to prove it, but I bet it was a 360
Probably
gainer.
a double tuck gain, yeah.
Yeah. But there was a teddy bear.
My name's Baby Russell, and this is Jackass.
This is Baby Toss. I saw some kids on the way here. They were in a shopping cart being pushed by their dad.
Oh, dude. I remember.
But I'm like, that's a good dad. Found a good shopping cart, was able to remove the lock, the boot that Stop and Shop puts on it, and
The tracking device.
It has 2 kids in it. One was in the fruit basket, facing forward, and the other was in the regular.
I remember that. You ever do that in parking lots? Just jump in you get in a shopping cart and someone runs?
I don't think I ever did because I was worried that it would flip over or something.
One time we were at my buddy's house and they were building the neighborhood around him. Like his homes were the first ones. So a lot of it was construction. And we found this big tube that would go underground. But it was taller than us. But you could get in it and we'd like this. And then we rolled it up the street and you just push somebody down. No way of stopping.
Wow.
You just be like, oh! You just realize this is the worst idea ever. And we're probably going to do this for an hour straight.
Yeah, because if we survive it, we'll grow very tall.
Yeah. We're going to be really healthy.
If we survive
after
the
this.
tube roll, the Arizona tube roll.
The Arizona tube, the cement
Yeah,
tube
you can
cement
actually
roll.
trace its roots back to ancient India. How old are you guys? Like 6 months?
I'd say about 4.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to get too old, or else the prophecy won't come true. That might work though. If you might get stretched out in that tube if you fling a baby down there, all the centrifugal force is just you're growing.
I'm not like that guy from Street Fighter that had the long arm moves.
Sure, I don't know.
I don't
know.
Good pull.
A good pull. If you had gone, the wife from Incredibles.
Yeah, there we go.
What was her name?
I think it was Mrs. Incredible.
She was thick.
She was. Yeah, I like how they do that
true.
with characters.
Yeah, she was nice. The child toss. Yeah, I wonder if they, like the egg toss where you start pretty close together. And then you see how far back you can go. You're like, we can go for 6'8". Come on.
He's going to be, trust me, he'll be super healthy if we do this.
Yeah. I guess I've just been assuming tall is what you want, but they were
health.
assuming healthy. Yeah.
Do they get, Indian people are tall. Like there's no.
Nimesh Patel's tall.
He's a tall guy.
Tall guy. But that's now. This is ancient India. I don't know. I think everyone was a little shorter back then.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You know?
Jesus
Yeah, maybe it wasn't that much of a risk to throw the babies because they were already pretty close to the ground as people. They were short enough that it was pretty low risk.
That's how you convince them.
It's like
they're already as close to the ground.
Yeah. If
so
he hits, he'll just roll.
We're going to have to do this in his life. Do you want to wait till he's older? Or
just roll towards you. The child toss. That's interesting.
In the 19th century, some believed that sniffing a potential partner's handkerchief could determine compatibility on their scent. Definitely just invented by a perv who like to sniff.
I don't know. I disagree, dude.
Really?
I hate the subway takes you, but 100% disagree. Yeah. No, it's pheromones. If you don't like how someone smells, it's a no-go.
Yeah, but that's a no-go. But could you say
it's a yes?
A partner?
I don't know, but it's not a bad proxy. I'd rather see them. But if you see someone...
Yeah, how do you think they walk into a room like it's a matchmaking game? We have 5 handkerchiefs. And it's always the worst, the ugliest person.
Right, yeah, smells the best.
Yeah.
Because they have to work the hardest.
Yeah,
they gotta.
I'm going with number 3.
I'm going to go for a middle one because
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the best bet here.
Drawbridge grows down. It's 400 pounds. Oh!
Drawbridge. Medieval Love is Blind with 2 drawbridges. It takes like 2 minutes. Hold on. I can see your eyebrows. Okay, nose is bad. Big.
Cheeks are huge.
Jowls. Fuck. Huge tits. Okay. We're coming back. We're coming back.
Oh,
it's like,
I see why they were huge. Okay.
Yep, because she's huge.
Okay.
Tiny ass. Get the dragon.
Yeah.
I don't want this. Are you sure you want to use your one dragon? I am sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Eats the girl.
Yeah, eats the girl. Yeah. Eats half of her and is
Yeah.
like, can I take a break?
Yeah.
She's a...
I ate right before this. I didn't know it was going to be this big of a meal.
That is funny, though. I know I like that one. Stick on that one.
How'd she smell? You think you're going to marry her? Haven't seen her yet, but you smell pretty good.
Yeah,
Go
you don't
home,
want to
tell your
go
boys.
if they smell too good. So
They're-
dad trying to
that's
give them
try
advice.
hard.
If your dad, they smell too
I
good,
would
they're trying to
suggest
cover something
The
up.
key is that it doesn't smell too much like anything, because then you know that they're just being themselves.
Natural.
You can't get it because you walk, past a guy that
Yeah.
wears too much cologne.
Right.
That's a bad guy.
You ever walked behind a guy who wears just the right amount of cologne?
Yeah,
though?
that's
a nice
enticing.
walk.
That's a good
That's
guy.
a good stroll.
You're like,
I'm like, where are we going?
yeah. What are you doing tonight?
Yeah, take me to work day.
Yeah.
Come on, I want to smell you all day.
Didn't know I was following you around.
Yeah, the perfect amount of cologne. And I will say, it's typically immigrants on both sides of the spectrum. They know how to smell the worst and the best. You know? A purebred American is not, they don't really have the skills.
Yeah. We don't
You know?
need it.
They haven't been tested.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the hair. They don't have the smell.
Yeah, we don't have the food that gives you the stink.
Or the follicles.
Yeah, that's
a lot
true.
of follicles, a lot of sweat.
Yeah.
I like that though. Love is nose blind.
Yeah, love is
Love is nose blind.
nose blind.
You can become nose blind to something.
You can?
No, not smell. Smell is love. We're getting colder with smell. Love is nose blind.
I'm trying to think of something with sniff, a little play
Love
on
is
words.
stinky.
Sniffy. Sniffy soulmate. Welcome back to Sniff Your Soulmate. Welcome back to Nose Goes. There we go. And then everybody does this.
Welcome back to Sniff the Woman. We have 5 handkerchiefs lined up that have been rubbed all over 5 women. Which will you choose?
Today we have Mike, who lives in a castle with his parents. Here to find a woman who is not arranged by his parents.
He is not the next in line or the next after that, but they say they don't care. They just want a guy that smells nice. Let's see what they think.
Oh, didn't like that one.
One's like clearly stained.
Yeah. Is this?
But it's a very nice handkerchief.
Was this used on her ass?
It's a very nice handkerchief.
Ooh,
though.
yeah, it comes from money.
Right?
Stinky,
Yeah.
stinky, smelly, stinky rich.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's
Filthy
where that
rich.
came from, yeah.
Filthy rich. Stinky rich. Sounds like a famous guitar player.
Stinky rich.
Yeah, me and old Stinky Rich did a lot of drugs back in the day.
This one I don't know about, but in ancient Greece, tossing an apple to someone was a proposal of marriage. If they caught your apple, they accepted the proposal.
What if they had
new guy in town?
Butterfingers?
Yeah.
Fuck, I really like you. Sorry, rules are rules. Can't marry you now.
Yeah.
Clumsy bitch. I love you.
Why did you
How
fuck
could you
this
do
in?
this to us?
You dropped my apple.
I gave you an underhand. I basically T-balled it to you.
His best friend throws an apple. What?
Yeah, his best friend throws a baby.
Yeah.
Oh, great. So now he's going to have a healthy baby with his wife. The baby's holding an apple in its mouth.
She smells so good.
That was from an ancient Greek myth, I think. Hold on. There's a myth where some goddess throws an apple into the courtyard or something and causes chaos.
Whoa.
And
it wasn't her just trying to be...
wasn't her just trying to propose?
I think so.
Apple of discord. Here we go. I mean to bring this up on the pod. Brothers and sisters, hear my words. It was a golden apple dropped by Eris, the goddess of strife.
Whoa.
Oh, hate to have a goddess of strife. Who's praying to her?
Whoa.
Who's praying to the strife
Goddess
lord?
of strife? I think a lot of punk bands. The only ones that's punk pop bands. The only ones that say strife.
At the wedding of Pleius and Thetis, that was a good one. I remember that one. In the Greek myth of the Judgment of Paris, it sparked the vanity-fueled dispute among Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite that eventually led to the Trojan War. It was an apple that Eris gave Zeus or something and was like, give it to the most beautiful woman here. And then Athena, Aphrodite, and Hera, his wife, were all like...
Whoa. What?
Yeah.
Duck face.
Yeah, duck face.
And Greek myth, they're like, what? Did you hear?
Yeah, to the most beautiful before tossing it. So that's probably why. That's probably why you toss an apple to get married, because you top it to the fairest. Then there's a worm in it, and you realize it's not going to last. I found a worm in my apple. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
He's going to cheat, though.
Yeah, he's going to cheat, but we'll stay together. We'll weather through it.
For the kids.
Yeah, as long as the worm didn't get all the way through the apple, you'll be okay.
Take another bite.
Yeah.
Is there a worm on that side?
Yeah.
Well, then the later half's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, it's going to be full of life.
Here's a fun one. I think they're the first society to do this. Ancient Egyptians used beer enemas to get drunk faster.
Wow.
First one's the butt chug.
Yeah, some party boys.
Leo.
Yeah, some party boys over there in Egypt. That's
upside
pretty
down,
cool.
Some beer how do you get a beer? What do you use as a beer enema in ancient Egypt?
Probably a reed.
Ah.
Probably hollowed out reed, maybe a few reeds.
And then just so many on top.
Why is he spinning it into your ass?
Just to propel it.
Oh, through the reed.
Yeah.
Through the funnel. I bet they could make they made the pyramids. They could make a upside down funnel. That's basically a little pyramid. A little hollow pyramid.
Inverted butt
a little
pyramid.
inverted butt
Yeah.
pyramid.
One guy in Egypt is specialized. Our families have been making butt pyramids for years.
Ah, you need an inverted butt pyramid? You've come to the right place.
My boy.
Yes.
Now, I won't ask for an
You
ID.
see a guy you see a officer whipping workers in the back building inverted butt pyramids. They're really small. You don't need to whip us.
It's easy work.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
Let me see your ID, boy. Are you old enough for an inverted butt pyramid? I won't tell your father.
You got to be 18.
But you will have to pay full price.
Mm-hmm.
Can I interest you in an inverted something else?
In a dick sphinx? Feels like the real thing.
Come on.
Feels like you're really fucking a sphinx.
Cleo blow up doll by chance?
I got to get this product out of here.
King Tut Butt Hut?
A King Tut butt plug? A tut plug?
I ordered so
I'm just
many.
trying to get drunk, dude.
I
I'm
thought
not
they were
trying
going to
to
get
like
off the
come a
shelves.
lot.
I ordered so many. Please.
Yeah.
I thought the tut plug was going to be
I thought the
huge.
tut plug was going to fly. It is killing me. See all these boxes? Tut plugs. Every single one of them.
I'm drowning in them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you hollowed them out, maybe people would use them, but I don't really think anyone's into butt play. We're just trying to get drunk quickly.
Well, it's a gateway.
Wow, why do you
read.
need to get drunk so fast?
Yeah, what's the holdup? Don't they have nothing but time in
Yeah.
ancient cultures?
Yeah, I don't know. This guy trying to get drunk before work. He's like slept through his alarm or whatever.
Oh, shit.
Didn't hear the sundial go off. Oh, fuck.
Honey.
Turns upside down. Honey. Has anyone seen my inverted butt pyramid? It's all Todd plugs.
Come on. The cat's got it?
Come here.
It's under the bed. Ow.
Yeah. You have to give him an offering because you think he's a god, of course. Please, O wise one, release my inverted butt plug.
I need it. I'm shaking.
That I may make it through another day. Yes. I can't even open your tuna can. Did you see that video of that guy on TikTok who went cold sober and he's like shaking? He's like, just want to come on here.
Yeah.
He's an old friend.
He's an old friend.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Yeah, Mike.
Oh, damn.
He chugs alcohol on some of it because he's like, he can't.
Yeah?
He like has to have it. He's like an older guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks.
You hardly see his face, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Alex Jones went on the Tim Dillon show, and the first 5 seconds, he's in a field with like corn behind him and shit.
What?
And just chugs from the handle of vodka. Yeah, in the first like 5 seconds of the interview.
What did Tim say?
Nothing.
Oh, really?
He has him on to talk about the assassination, not his alcohol problem.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't think our generation will have that as much.
Alcoholism?
Yeah, like the chugging, like old age, like, because I have relatives that are old age. And they're chugging alcohol to mask the pain that comes with age.
Yeah, sure. We'll be doing that with weed and ketamine and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have evolved. Yeah, we're not going to have any like ad men drinking throughout the day, like 1 p.m. whiskeys, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Unless you're in some executive position.
Yeah, I think you're right. Executive position will do it.
What do you think about this? I was watching a episode of The Resident, and it's like a medical drama. It's crazy. I mean, just insane stuff happens every week to this hospital. And this pilot comes in, and he's drunk, and there's a debate on whether to let him fly drunk or whether that'd be a violation of his patient rights and confidentiality. So, like, you shouldn't alert the FAA. What do you think?
Yeah, I guess you shouldn't, unless he's like belligerently screaming. Because you can fly drunk. What if he just passes out?
That'd be bad.
But people do that.
People pass out?
People pass out. People take Oxycontin before they fly because they're so afraid.
All right. The pilots?
Yeah. Oh, it's a pilot. Sorry,
Yes!
I missed that part. Yeah, you got to tell the FAA.
He's flying the plane.
No, of course.
I'm like, no, I'm not worried about a passenger drunkenly breaking in and crashing the plane.
Yeah, he's a pilot. Well, he's got a co-pilot.
I got it. I've seen this. I've done it 100 times.
No, he's got a co-pilot. He's fine. Tell the FAA.
I played Microsoft Flight Simulator. I got like 1,000 hours in that thing. Come on, give me this. Where's the keyboard? You got a mouse?
Where's my inventor butt plug?
Guy on crystal meth on a flight breaking in, trying to land it. No, it was a pilot.
Yeah, you got to tell the FAA.
You got to tell the FAA because you're endangering people, right?
Yeah,
that seems so cut and dry.
That shouldn't even be an episode.
I know. There was a whole thing. He's like, well, I guess we're different kind of doctors then.
That's awesome.
And it made a split. He's like, I'm like by the book and you're a renegade.
Renegade.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So it was the Indian doctor intern who's by the book. And then the vet, the guy they keep bringing up is the veteran. I told you about this guy. Every other episode, he's like, well, when I was on the front, this is how I do it with my guys in Saigon.
Make them bite the bullet, chug whiskey. Right. Tell them to say goodbye to their kids in case
he takes off his shoe, tells the patient to bite it. He's like, this is how we do it on the front lines.
You're going to need Saigon surgery, boy.
Yeah, he's like, hold on, I'll be right back. Goes, get some sand from the parking lot, rubs it in the wound. Trust me.
This is better than modern day stuff.
It used to work all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, what were we talking about before that? Drunken?
We were on, beer enemas.
Oh, the beer. Yeah, why are they getting drunk so quick?
I don't know.
What do you got to get drunk for?
What are they late for? The pyramid? Maybe because they're building the pyramid. You got to be drunk on slave labor. You need something to...
Honestly, dude, I see a lot of dudes, a lot of hombres drinking.
Yeah.
Like if ever you're seeing an hombre with a tall
hat.
Boy. Yeah, and a hard hat. Yeah,
they're on the subway a lot.
Yeah.
They had a hard day's work, though.
Of course.
They're going to ours.
Yeah, of course. Whether it's they're coming from or going to.
Yeah, they got a...
I'll see those guys in trucks just like hoisting like a 20-foot plank, like throwing it up to a guy on a roof who
catches it. I saw that this
it.
morning.
It's awesome.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
They're like Cirque du Soleil strength.
Yeah.
But all I need is a beer.
Yeah.
And they're like, long day. And I'm like, no, you just worked like a slave.
Right.
And they're like, it's fine.
It's okay.
It's good.
Yeah, shout out to the hombres. Cirque to say hombre. I have a actually pretty embarrassing story. Over the 4th of July, I was hanging out with Chris the Jew, as he will soon be named.
Oh, yeah.
And going through a little name change thing. So Chris Pending. Tentative Chris with his Jewish soon-to-be. He has the same thing as you, though, where his middle name is Chris.
Oh, okay.
So it's technically tough of an argument. He doesn't want to go by Edward as his first name.
Oh, that's a bad for yeah.
I know.
Edward.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
Ed Weird. I think somebody called him that once.
Ed
Weird. Or like people were worried. I don't know.
Edward
I don't know if that ever made it.
I feel like you got to be like a jacked guy. Yeah, got to be something else to offset the Edward.
Yeah. The point is that I was hanging out with Chris and we're telling each other, we're by the bonfire on the beach and we're telling stories. And there was a really embarrassing story of me when I went over to his house. And ever tell you when I was a kid, I used to like hold in my poops for fear of missing out on stuff?
I think you have.
Right? So I would sit down, even as like when I was a kid, before I can remember, my grandma told me stories of like, yeah, we'd be outside and you'd just sit down randomly and I'd be like, what you doing? And you'd be like, just taking a break. Meanwhile, I'm clenching my asshole as hard as I can.
Just take it in the moment.
Smell the roses.
It's a beautiful life. Wouldn't miss it for nothing.
You just have to take a minute to yourself sometimes.
I should have eaten all those ants on a log.
Yeah, so I'm just doing a fucking standing sit-up, and I'm sitting on the ground just, fighting gravity itself. And one time I was at Chris's house, and it was this is a big range, but it was between the ages of like 4th grade and 7th grade. So I was either 10 to 14. Pick whichever one's funniest for you. We're doing something. I can't miss it. So I'm sitting, I'm holding strong, but there was a breach. There's a breach in the wall. I'm like, hold! But I can't. And there's a little breach, and so we got a little smear. And then it's not over. I go to the bathroom, I detect the smear. I go, whose shit is this? Chris?
Did you shit my pants?
Did you shit my pants again? I take them off because I'm like, I don't want to be fucking shit-smelling guy. No one's going to pick me to walk through the drawbridge. So I take them off, but instead of throwing them away, I put them behind the toilet.
Classic kid move.
Behind like the innards, the guts, the pipes. I tuck it behind of one of my closest friends.
Inside the toilet?
No.
Or just behind the wall?
No,
in the
inside
box?
would have been a good move though. I put it behind.
Yeah.
Outside behind.
Yeah.
Like, just swept it under the rug.
But mailman will get that.
Yeah.
Put the handle up.
So you put the flusher up. We got a package here, a little secret package, and I don't know why he was like my closest friend. So of course his mom is like going throughout the house. She's like, "What are these?" Calls my mom. She's like, "Does Zach want these back, or should Chris and him just never be friends again?" Yeah. So I really didn't think that one. I don't know why I didn't throw them out, but I was like, "Well, I can't throw this out. My mom bought them for me. I'll stow them away and come back for them later. I'll come back when they're clean." Magically. She cleans them and puts them back behind there. She's like, I don't want him to be embarrassed. I want him to think the shit fairy came. I'll put $1 in him. I'll give him $1 so he doesn't feel bad.
He does it every time that happens
week.
to you.
I know
He's
said it bad.
getting greedy. He wants a 5.
He's leaving a lot.
It's a full poop in here. It's a log. It's just a wrapped up log.
He's trying to rob us at this point.
He wants the deed.
Yeah, he gave us a little hidden burrito.
They call that a keister egg. It was so
embarrassing.
Did you hear that?
Keister egg. That was good. Keister egg. Ugh. Did I ever tell you that story?
No.
I didn't think I did.
Rory Scovel has a good version of that on This Isn't Happening.
Oh, glad I have a bad version.
No, it's like a,
Yeah, what is it?
He like put his, I think, in a... I'm trying to think because my friend also did that.
He hit a poop?
Yeah.
I do like to think all of us have one moment where you had to hide a poop and you didn't do the right thing. You didn't just throw it out the window in the bushes. You left it on the counter. Somebody has a bit like that where they take a Ziploc. He didn't want them to know they shat. It was a lady, I think. Didn't want them to know that they shat in their apartment. So she Ziplocked it and left, but forgot that she had picked up a few things and left it on the counter Ziplocked. So he's like, yeah, I had a weird first date.
Yeah.
I thought it went really well. And then I came home, there was a Ziploc bag of shit on the counter. So I don't know where we stand.
All right. We can do that. Let's call it.
We can call it. Let's call it. Charles, thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me there.
Yes. Folks, follow us on... I was just thinking about the new listeners. I appreciate the spike we saw today and some new listenership. Very cool, very exciting. Check us out on YouTube. We post full video episodes with HD cameras in a proprietary studio, only used by us and maybe Nick once, but that's okay. This has been Charles Engles and Zach Fax. Follow us at overshadowed_podcast on Instagram.
Subscribe to the page.
Subscribe to the page. I've been putting some solo eps out. I recorded another one on the way home from this gig, this outdoor gig I did in Saratoga Springs, New York. It was mosquito-y. It was fun. And, I did the avoid tolls on Google Maps, and it took me through a mall parking lot. It was like getting local directions from a friend.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's like, trust me, dude.
Go through the mall parking lot.
You're going to want to. So if you see JCPenney, you're going to want to take a right. If you hit Sears, you've gone too far. I was circling a mall, and I weaseled my way out onto like another local highway.
Wow.
Yeah, Avoid Tolls is going for it.
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
So shout out to Avoid Tolls. It is a little spooky though on those local roads.
Oh, really?
Just the one-lane opposing highways through the woods.
Ooh, yeah, I hate those.
You know, it's spooky.
I hate, because
like,
it's really
this
dark.
is worth $8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So dark.
Plus 15 minutes. Yes, Zach Russell Comedy, Charles_Engle.
Follow us.
Check out the Patreon. We're putting stuff up there. Charles is going to sling stuff up there as soon as I whip him enough.
Sling it.
Yep. Thanks for listening, folks. Catch you next time.
Bye.